Hi, my name is Chef Ben. I am here at the Reader's Cafe located at the Route 9 Library and Innovation Center. And today we're going to talk about sides. So come on in my kitchen and let's get cooking. Okay, so today I want to welcome you to my kitchen, and we are going to make Brussels sprouts with a creamy Parmesan and bacon. So our first step is going to put 10 ounces of bacon in our pot, on our saute pan. Just let it cook itself down. And our next step is going to be we'll leave the fat in from the bacon. If there was any more fat, there would have been. But we're going to let these strain off here. Then we're going to put our 1.5 teaspoons of butter. So right now we are sauteing our Brussels sprouts in 2 tablespoons of butter, along with about a tablespoon and a half of bacon fat. Okay, we've already pre-cooked these kind of. So we're going to finish the process through. If you do not want to have this done in a saute pan, you can put these in the oven at 400 degrees for about 15-17 minutes. The convection oven will also make it happen a lot quicker. They're good sauteed, buttered, olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. You can always add garlic. Garlic makes everything taste delicious. Brussels sprouts are also good for calcium and potassium level. They were actually they were found back in the 13th century, and they became really well known in the 16th century. And now in America, we just seem to love them all of a sudden. This one we're going to add our garlic. Once everything is sauteed down, turn the heat down because we don't want to burn the garlic. Okay, and our next step is going to be cream. And this is going to be 1 cup of heavy cream. And now this particular recipe is also part of the keto diet. So we will let that thicken up. If you want it thicker than what it will be, you can put a little slurry in it. It's going to be about 1.5 teaspoons of cornstarch. There's slurry. Mix it with your water so it has no lumps in it. Start off with a little at a time. Remember, you can always add in, you can never take out. Okay, and with that, we're going to put our cheese. This is freshly grated Asiago, Romano, and Parmesan, and also mozzarella. I highly recommend you do it by hand because then the packets that you see in the grocery stores are already grated. I have a powder on the outside that actually causes it not to melt down as nicely. Okay. And then we're going to stick it in the oven. $3.75. For about 20 minutes. All right, welcome back. We're going to continue our theme of our sides, and we're going to start work on this one as a roasted vegetable, which is great for vegetarians or vegans. Do enjoy. Okay guys, so we are going to prepare our squash for our oven roasted. So you want to obviously cut the squash in half, the butternut squash. Bring out your seeds and your insides. Always keep a bowl handy for this, because if you do it over the side of a trash can, obviously you might drop it in a trash can, and we really don't want to use that for that. On the outside, I already cleaned the outside of my carrots and all of my vegetables before I cut them. So the way I clean my butternut squash is I just simply take a vegetable peeler, just go on the outside. You have less waste, and you get to enjoy more of the beautiful richness of the butternut squash. Okay, so when you cut down your butternut squash, you want to make sure you keep it about this average size of your carrots, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower, so everything will cook evenly. So when we're cutting it down, we're just simply cutting them into about 2 by 2s. A bit bigger there. Okay, we will continue this. Okay, then our carrots. Always wash the outside before you start using your vegetable peeler. Okay. So once we have these cut down, again, big sections, just like the rest of our vegetables. We're going to put these in our bowl. We're going to mix all of these vegetables together with a little bit of olive oil and garlic and dry herbs with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Our carrots. So we have about a pound of carrots, we have a pound of Brussels sprouts, cut in half, where the little ones can be left small. We're going to have a pound of cauliflower, cut into small ears, but big enough that it'll take a little while to cook. And then again, we have our butternut squash. And then potatoes. So with this, give it a little stir. Say a little bit of vinegar. We're going to put our rosemary, basil, and thyme in with it. Give it a little toss. Have the little dry herbs get in there just a little better. And this is going to be about a tablespoon and a half of spicy brown to about a half a tablespoon of Grey Poupon. We're just simply going to coat everything. All right, so the next step is just a little salt and pepper. Just got to put a little love in there. Make sure everything is coated nicely. Put parchment paper down. It'll keep you from having to scrub your pans really hard. I'm going to give it plenty of room because you want the heat to get around everything and get a nice toasty. Nice caramelization of all the flavors together. And one level will allow you to cook everything in the evenly cooked method. Okay, so we have our broccoli, Brussels sprouts. And here's our Brussels sprouts. Okay, we're going to put our oven veggies in. 2 pans. We're going to drop our temperature up to, we're actually going to lift it up to 450. And we're going to put this in for about 20 minutes. We'll start off. Remember, you can always add, you can never take away. We're going to work on our baked macaroni and cheese, and we are going to use the recipe, which is one of the original recipes from 1770, which is actually the first known time to actually have a recipe come out. So it's going to be a very simple one. As first start off, it's going to be, we need to make a butter olive oil, which is going to be, you can do 8 tablespoons of butter. We're going to double ours. We have our butter, we have 2 sticks, so that's going to be 16 tablespoons, which is going to be 2 sticks of butter. And we are going to put this, mix this together with 6 tablespoons of olive oil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this butter is great on potatoes, on baked potatoes, mashed potatoes. To start off with our macaroni, we want to obviously turn our eye on, get our pot hot. Now we are going to start off with the bechamel sauce, which is one of the original ways of actually making a baked macaroni and cheese. That was 1770, 1784 is whenever your heavy cream and all the extra cheeses and stuff began to be implemented inside. But ever since 1784, we have went pretty much without changing the recipe. So I believe that's like the longest standing recipe in the world when it comes to that particular thing, or close to it anyway. Okay, so we're going to add our butter. Now when you add your flour for this, this is going to be, it is to be 2 tablespoons. But you want it to be no more than 16 grams of flour. Anything more than 16 grams of flour and your roux is going, or I'm sorry, your roux is going to wind up being too thick. Or your bechamel sauce is going to be too thick. But we will start off with the roux from the beginning. All right. This is just your butter. We're going to saute our shallots. All right. Just give it about maybe a minute or 2. And just want to pour the little aromas out. Okay, this is our 16 grams of flour. Add your milk in a little at a time. Okay, so once you have your roux together with your cream, this is the beginning step of your bechamel. And you're going to put cheddar bechamel sauce. Bechamel is just basically it's just flour and cream. Flour, butter, and cream. Just a fancy name for a very expensive sauce, but a very simple sauce. Okay, so as you can see, we do have everything together. Now at this stage, for a normal bechamel sauce, you would actually strain it through a fine mesh strainer to remove all of the larger parts of the shallot. But since we're making this into a baked macaroni and cheese, I leave it in there. There's no reason to take it out. The flavor is awesome. At this point, we will add our pasta in. All right, so there's our baked macaroni. So we're going to do one with just plain cheese topping, and we're also going to do another with some panko bread topping. Okay, and these we're going to put in our broiler. Okay, so the tops of these are going to be, they'll both be nice and toasty on the top. They'll want the cheese to be a nice caramelization of all the cheese together. And the top is just going to be a nice crispy crunch to it. So it depends on what you like. You know, if you like crunchy, eat the one with the panko. If you like just the same 1770 version, you want the one on the right side, it just has cheese. And those will be a great complement to both of our roasted vegetables, as well as our Parmesan and garlic Brussels sprouts with bacon. And talking about those other sides, I believe our roasted vegetables are actually done. So let's see what we have. Freshen out with a little bit of olive oil. Now this is a person that loves fall flavors, all in one big dish. Now that's what roasted veggies should look like. Nice and toasty and caramelized with all those wonderful flavors mixed in together. Okay guys, so we're gonna grab our baked macaroni and cheese out of our broiler. So this is our one with just the plain cheese crust. And this one is going to be your panko crust. Okay, so let's just get ready to eat this. Hey guys, well it looks like we are finished cooking everything that we are about to eat. So, I believe this is the finishing of our show for our sides. So let's dig in and start eating.